In 2022, the world witnessed one of Hollywood's most brutal and public legal battles unfold before their eyes. Johnny Depp, once Hollywood's most beloved anti-hero, faced allegations that threatened not just his career, but the very essence of his identity. The allegations? Accusations of domestic abuse, countered by explosive evidence of violence, addiction, and emotional torment from both sides. Secret audio recordings leaked to the press captured shattered relationships, painful admissions, and whispered threats, moments never meant to be public. What began as a private marriage quickly turned into a war waged in headlines and social media storms, where facts blurred and fans fought online in a polarized frenzy. Depp's reputation, once untouchable, was now on trial. But this story is not just about headlines or a legal verdict. It is the story of a man haunted by a turbulent past, addiction, and a relentless pursuit of artistic freedom. A man who, behind the swagger and charm, carried scars few ever saw. Tonight, we peel back the layers of myth and media and reveal the real Johnny Depp, the rise, the fall, and the fight for redemption still unfolding. Before the glitz, before the Hollywood fame and fortune, Johnny Depp was just John Christopher Depp II, a boy born into chaos and hardship on June 9, 1963, in Owensboro, Kentucky. Johnny was the youngest of 4 children in a turbulent household. His father, a civil engineer, battled alcohol and anger, often turning violent toward his family. His mother, Elizabeth, worked long hours as a waitress, but struggled with her own demons, at times erratic and harsh. The family moved constantly, over 40 times before Johnny turned 15, uprooting friendships and forcing a young boy to carry the weight of instability. His only refuge was his grandfather, Paw Paw, who filled Johnny's childhood with stories and love. But when his grandfather died, the 9-year-old was left adrift, a loss that would shadow him for years. At 12, Johnny found his first escape, music. Gifted a $25 guitar, he taught himself to play, immersing himself in rock bands and the underground scene, craving a place where he belonged. But life was far from easy. At 15, his parents divorced, and Johnny spiraled into drugs and alcohol, cocaine, LSD, mushrooms, anything to numb the pain. Yet, despite the chaos, Johnny yearned for more. Through a twist of fate, he met Laurie and Allison, a makeup artist 5 years his senior, and his first wife. It was she who introduced him to actor Nicolas Cage, igniting a spark that would lead him to Hollywood. What began as a desperate leap into acting would soon become a journey into cinematic legend, but the scars of his past would never fully fade. From the shadows of the past, Johnny Depp landed in Hollywood, but not as the typical starlet. He carved a unique path, one marked by daring choices and unforgettable characters. His first major breakthrough came in 1984 with A Nightmare on Elm Street. Though it was a horror flick, Depp's natural charisma and raw presence caught the industry's eye. Then came 21 Jump Street, a gritty TV series that turned Depp into a teen heartthrob. Overnight, he was a household name. But fame came with a price. To break free from the teen idol stereotype, Depp took risks. His on-set outbursts became legendary, all in the desperate pursuit of creative freedom. Then came the defining moment, Edward Scissorhands. Tim Burton's dark fairy tale gave Depp a chance to show his true range, the strange, the vulnerable, the poetic. This role transformed Depp from teen heartthrob to respected actor. It launched a decades-long partnership with Burton, resulting in cult classics like Sleepy Hollow, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and a Sweeney Todd. But the crown jewel of Depp's career came with Captain Jack Sparrow, a swashbuckling, eccentric pirate that redefined the blockbuster anti-hero. The character became a cultural phenomenon, earning Depp an Oscar nomination and cementing his status as one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors. Unlike many stars who chased formulaic roles, Depp's eccentricity set him apart, a chameleon who thrived on risk, earning both critical acclaim and massive commercial success. By the mid-2000s, Depp was a household name with a fortune to match, yet even as his star rose, shadows from the past began to creep in. But every meteoric rise has its fall. What followed was a story few could have predicted.
recognized this as...
Behind the charisma and the fame was a man wrestling with demons few could see, a man whose personal battles threatened to consume everything he had fought so hard to build. Johnny Depp's well-documented struggles with drugs and alcohol began in his teenage years and intensified throughout his career. Cocaine, heroin, and alcohol, substances that fueled his creativity but also chipped away at his stability. His rebellious streak became infamous. One 2016 incident in Australia, where Depp and his then-partner Amber Heard were accused of destroying a hotel room, led to legal actions and negative media frenzy. Their relationship, which began with passion and artistic camaraderie, spiraled into chaos marked by allegations of physical and emotional abuse from both sides. Courtroom testimony unveiled a toxic relationship, mutual accusations of violence, substance-fueled arguments, and heartbreaking moments of vulnerability. Experts called attention to Depp's mental health, a complex portrait of trauma, childhood abuse, addiction, and the pressures of fame. Despite the darkness, Johnny had those who believed in his true self. Vanessa Paradis, the mother of his children, described him as a gentle, loving man. Winona Ryder called him one of the kindest people she's ever met. But as the scandals multiplied, so did the consequences. The darker truths behind the glitter threatened to unravel Depp's career and personal life forever. The year was 2018 when Amber Heard published an op-ed in the Washington Post, describing herself as a victim of domestic abuse, though she never named Johnny Depp directly. That article sparked a firestorm, forever changing the trajectory of both their lives. Depp immediately filed a $50 million defamation lawsuit, claiming the piece ruined his career and reputation.
Amber Heard forever changed Mr. Depp's life and reputation.
The defamation trial was a global spectacle, live-streamed and dissected by millions. What followed was a brutal exchange of testimonies, secret recordings, and shocking revelations, painting a picture far more complicated than the public had ever imagined. Amber alleged years of physical and emotional abuse, from slapping to throwing bottles. Johnny's defense countered with claims of Amber's own violence and substance abuse. One audio recording, played in court, revealed a volatile and destructive relationship, accusations and denials flying back and forth. Even as the public was polarized, close friends and family painted a different portrait of Johnny Depp, a man capable of deep love and kindness. Fans and critics divided into two camps. Some saw Depp as a victim of false accusations, others stood firmly with Amber Heard, highlighting the importance of believing survivors. But it wasn't the first time Depp faced public legal battles. In 2020, he lost a libel case against The Sun, which had labeled him a wife beater. That ruling complicated his image further. The fallout was swift. Depp was dropped from major Hollywood projects, and his previously towering net worth began to decline amid mounting legal costs and lost earnings. Yet even as the courts ruled, Depp vowed to fight not just for his name, but for the truth, a truth that only time will fully reveal. After a grueling 6-week defamation trial in 2022, Johnny Depp achieved a significant victory. The jury found that Amber Heard's 2018 op-ed contained false statements that defamed Depp, awarding him $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages, later reduced to $350,000 due to Virginia's legal caps. Amber Heard, meanwhile, won one of her countersuits, receiving $2 million for statements made by Depp's lawyer. The verdict split public opinion even further, but for Depp, it was a moment of vindication. Yet, despite the legal win, the damage to Depp's career and finances was undeniable. Studios distanced themselves, and his net worth took a hit amid expensive legal battles. Still, Depp's loyal fans refused to let him fade, launching #JusticeForJohnnyDepp movements and celebrating the man behind the headlines. Turning the page, Depp embraced a quieter path, focusing on creative freedom through indie films and music, proving that even in decline, the spirit of the artist can endure. After the explosive courtroom battles and public fallout, Johnny Depp found himself at a crossroads, a once untouchable star stripped of blockbuster roles and mainstream acclaim. Major studios distanced themselves. Disney officially removed Depp from the Fantastic Beasts franchise. Beyond finances, the emotional toll was profound. Depp faced the harsh glare of public opinion, a battle fought not just in courtrooms, but across social media and tabloid pages. But even in the darkest moments, a loyal fan base refused to let the pirate fade away. #Justice for Johnny Depp became a global movement, echoing on Twitter, TikTok, and beyond. Depp shifted his focus to independent films, music, and personal projects. Mina Mata told a story of truth and justice, a mirror to Depp's own journey. Despite modest box office results, the film was a statement. Depp was far from done. Rumors swirl of comebacks and new beginnings, but the road ahead remains uncertain. Is this the story of a man redeemed, rising from ashes like the phoenix? Or the gradual downfall of a once bright star fading into obscurity? Only time will tell. Today, Johnny Depp lives a quieter life away from the Hollywood spotlight, mostly in Europe, where he focuses on music, art, and reconnecting with the people who matter most. Music has always been a refuge, a place where Depp's creativity flows freely. Touring with his band brings him joy and a renewed sense of purpose. His bond with his children, especially Lily Rose, is a source of strength. As she builds her own career in film and fashion, their shared artistry creates a new chapter in the Depp legacy. Though mainstream Hollywood remains cautious, Depp is quietly choosing projects that align with his values: smaller films, artful storytelling, and personal expression. The court of public opinion remains divided. Some hail him as a misunderstood legend, others as a cautionary tale of fame's dark side. But one thing is clear: Johnny Depp's story is far from over. So, is Johnny Depp rising from the ashes, a legend who conquered impossible odds, or a man forever haunted by the cost of his choices? The answer is yours to decide. But Johnny Depp's story is just one piece of Hollywood's complex puzzle. The rise, the fame, the fall, the redemption, every star walks a path filled with choices and consequences. If this journey moved you, don't stop here. Discover how Bradley Cooper transformed heartbreak and addiction into Oscar-nominated greatness. Click the video on your left. Or dive into the jaw-dropping comeback of Robert Downey Jr. from prison cells to becoming Iron Man. Just tap the video on your right. 2 more untold stories. 2 more lives redefined by resilience. Watch now and keep the binge going. Let us know in the comment section. If you enjoyed the life story of Johnny Depp, like this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring and engaging stories.